Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany and I do housewife vlogs, reviews, and recipes. If any of that interests you, please consider subscribing. Today, we're gonna review the Aerogarden. I am so excited to bring you guys a review for this product. I have had so much fun with it. I'm going to give you all the details, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Sit back, relax, keep watching. All right, guys, so we are unboxing the Goodful in-home garden system. It's the Harvest Slim, so it's basically the same one I already had, but it's a little bit slimmer, and you can grow your herbs and veggies all year round. But what they don't say on the box is that you can also grow flowers in this little guy. So if you're living in an apartment and you want to grow your own petunias, they sell kits for those. But right now we're just doing the herbs, and we are going to get into this box. So it says, guaranteed to grow, no green thumb required, and I've been saying that. It's perfect. As long as you can plug in a lamp and fill a cup with water, you can operate an Aerogarden, and I'm going to show you how. Keep watching. So this is the gourmet seed pod kit that it came with. You see, tasty and flavorful, which it is very flavorful. Oh my goodness. So inside the box, you're going to have your plant food, and it gives you the directions for how to use it, how much to put in there, what it's made of, so you don't have to guess what you're doing. Aerogarden sells smaller machines. So they have like a 2-pod one, which is the tiny one. I think that's called the Sprout. And then they have the 6 and 7-pod Harvest ones, but then they have the 9 and 12-pod Bounty ones, which are fantastic. And one of these days I will probably wind up buying that one too, because I'm just a really big fan of this product. So it does say do not overfeed your plants, and more is not better, which is very, very true. I've never overfed a plant, but I did do a little bit of research on YouTube University, like we always do. And I figured out that when people overfeed their plants, they wilt them, they wither them. It just doesn't work out well. And they grow beautifully enough. You really don't need to overfeed them. So you got your food. Here's what the pods look like. And I think when I started, I was the most curious about this part. So this is a baby greens pod, which winds up looking, I'll insert a clip of what this pod looks like grown out, but the leaves are so beautiful. Excuse my puppy there. The leaves are so beautiful, and it did sprout within 1 to 3 days, but they always say give it about 3 weeks. If it sprouts, cool. If it doesn't, reach out to them and they will replace it. You gotta love Miracle-Gro, I'm telling you. So that's about what comes in this kit. So this is how they come all wrapped up in plastic. This is the pump cord. So that helps you plug that up. These are the seed pods, and I recognize that because with my other one, they came the same way. Yeah, these are the seed pods. So it's herbs, bunch of different herbs, which I already have, and they guarantee them in 3 months. If they have not bloomed, if they have not sprouted, they will replace your stuff. So that's really great. Love that. And this is just it in the plastic bag. So I'll come right back after I get everything out. So here's the Aerogarden. This is the Goodful Harvest Slim. It'll hold 6 pods. See them all lined up like that. This one is a little bit longer than my other Aerogarden. I actually own 2. I own a regular Harvest. I'll include a little info on that one, but this one was on sale at Macy's. I couldn't resist it, so I just picked up another one because I enjoy it so much. And that's about it. So you just take off the tape, and this comes off completely. This little tank. Here's your base, and you want to make sure that's on the base. And that comes off, and you see it says fill to here. So what you do is you fill this guy up with water. Let's take the tape off of you. You fill this little guy up with water to the fill line. So now I'm going to put a little bit of water in the Aerogarden. This cup holds about 4 cups, and I fill it twice. So in all, it holds about 8 cups of water. Typically, this is all you will need for 2 entire weeks. Now, if you're like me, you'll be lifting the little chamber and you'll be checking the water, which is a good thing because you don't really want it to fall too low, but they aren't going to die if it falls just a little bit lower than, the fill line. Just make sure your roots are always covered. I'll show you what the roots look like. They will be highly visible and you will absolutely know. Trust yourself. You got this.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take a little bit of this Miracle Grow food and I'm going to pour a capful. And I wasted a little bit, but put that capful in there. That's it. So now that we got this little beauty all filled up and ready to go, I'll show you guys how to put the pot in. Now we're going to take that same Thai basil that we had and we're just going to stick it on a side. Because it says it's tall, we want it to have enough space to kind of overlap. If it needs to hang over, cool. And then we take one of these plastic caps that it came with and stick it on top. Snap her down. I'm having a little issue. Snap it on down and that will keep it protected. Now you'll see in a couple of my videos that I'm going to include that there's water, like condensation kind of collects up here because it creates a small greenhouse. Now, if you don't use all of these, I would suggest taking a big piece of tape and putting it over the holes that you are not using, or Aerogarden sells little caps that fit, snap right down in here because you don't want the water to evaporate faster. You want to keep as much moisture in this little baby as possible, keep it full, and that's pretty easy to do. I may fill my Aerogarden once every 2 weeks when I add the food in there. But then once everything gets a little bit larger, I just keep checking it.
Aerogarden day 1. Let's see how this works out. Okay, so Tiff the Farmer Chronicles, day 6. I still don't have nothing in my curly parsley. The mint either, but I got a whole garden over here in my salad greens. It's like can't see it because I got the greenhouse effect going on, but I have leaves, okay? And the arugula is trying to do a little something. Look a little sad, but it's trying. The Genovese basil in the back looks good. And then same greenhouse effect thing going on, but you see them little leaves up there. So we ready. We in business. It's a lot easier than it looks. You really just set it on the counter and kind of forget about it and feed it every 2 weeks. And that is where we are so far. All right. 2-week mark, and it is growing beautifully. Everything is growing. Even this mint that I was worried about and the curly parsley, everything is flourishing. This light is bright enough to light up the whole kitchen. Oh, but it's worth it. Everything is growing so pretty. Even it's literally been 1 day since my last update video. Look how much these things have grown in 1 day. 1 day. That's all. Aerogarden cutting up with this one. As my plants start getting a little bigger, I noticed that it wasn't really time to trim them, but I had a lot of overhang that I wanted to get in the light, so I was a little ghetto and I used some foil. I saw it on YouTube University, I copied it, it worked. Look at my plants. Here's a picture of what the roots kind of look like on the plant. And this is 3 weeks worth of growth. Insanity, okay? Insane. Healthy, beautiful romaine lettuce, 3 weeks, baby. Look at these roots. I'm so impressed. So we have it plugged up now, and the light automatically comes on when you plug it up. The directions say to press and hold it for 3 seconds every single time. I would absolutely recommend the Aerogarden. Number one, it is so easy to operate. If you can fill a cup with water and you can plug in a lamp, you can operate an Aerogarden. Number two, it's easier to grow your own herbs from home and have everything that you need right there. So if you want to jump into a new recipe, if you want to try something new or just want a quick salad for lunch, you don't have to go to the grocery store and you don't have to pray that that produce you bought is still fresh. Because I know it's not just me. Don't act like it's just me. I buy produce sometimes and it'll sit in the crisper drawer and I'll forget, and it's like, oh, I wanted a salad on Tuesday. You don't have to do that anymore. You have an Aerogarden. It is right here on your countertop and you can just pluck it off and eat it. No washing necessary because it is not growing in dirt. Now, one of the questions that I got in my inbox on one of my social media platforms was, did it attract bugs? No, I didn't notice any bugs. I didn't notice gnats or ants or anything congregating around my Aerogarden. I've had it plugged in for a month now, and I've moved it to 2 different locations. So I've had it in my kitchen on the counter, and I've had it over here in the windowsill, and it's around other plants, though I don't really have bug issues with any of my other plants either. I'll let you guys know if anything runs amok here, but I highly doubt it. So I did want to show you guys this part. Aerogarden says that you can just pluck it off and eat it. Now you see that I just picked that off. And it tastes better because I grew it. Please do not miss out on this opportunity, guys. If you want to see me grow something else, or if you're growing something else in your own Aerogarden, please comment down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you. See you next time.